feel the leader in me. It's coming through me. It's growing in me. It's showing. Yeah, 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 yeah. There's something big happening. It's perfect timing. It's my true calling. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm unstoppable, exceptional, incredible. My dream is coming true in my life. I'm unstoppable, exceptional, incredible. My dream is coming true in my life. This is my life. This is my time. I believe in me. I believe in my dream. This is my life. This is my time. I believe in me. I believe in my dream. The alarm of life goes on, and I'm ready to take it on. Nothing is stopping me from getting to my dream. Feeling empowered now. My soul strengthens me. I can do anything. I'm unstoppable, exceptional, incredible. My dream is coming true in my life. I'm unstoppable, exceptional, incredible. My dream is coming true in my life. This is my life. This is my time. I believe in me. I believe in my dream. This is my life. This is my time. I believe in me. I believe in my dream.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is my life. Here we are. Awesome, awesome. Well, I want to welcome you all here. For those of you who are watching live and those of you who are watching on replay, welcome, welcome. I'm so proud of you for saying yes to yourself today and understanding the power of your vision. So we're going to talk today about the power of your vision and listening to that part of you that's calling you, that part of you that it truly has a dream life. And I'm going to teach you some tools and tricks on how to bring that dream life into reality. But before we get started, I want to welcome all of you here today. Congratulations for being here or showing up on the recording. I'm very proud of you for saying yes to you. I'm going to get started with a little story. There's a story about a mother mouse who was leading her 3 children through a house when all of a sudden they turned the corner and they saw a great big cat. And the cat looks very hungry at these mice. And he slowly starts to walk towards the mice, revealing its sharp teeth. And the mother mouse, in an effort to protect her children, she raises up on her hind legs. She raises her arms in the air and she yells, "Ruff, ruff, ruff." And the cat gets scared and runs off. And the mother mouse turns to her little babies and she says, "Now, children, never underestimate the power of learning more than one language." Now, I love that story. And there's a point to this story, and that is that we can all learn more than one language, or there's more than one pattern for success. And when we learn this language or this pattern for creating the results that we want, we can consciously apply it to our life and improve any area of our life that we would love. So this system of success that we're going to be talking about today has been developed over the past 40 years. It's been used by tens of thousands of people around the world to create lives that they absolutely love living. It's a proven, reliable, repeatable system for helping you create what matters most to you. So to help you receive the most value in this workshop, I invite you to minimize your distractions, turn off your cell phone or silence it. Bring your full presence to this moment. Grab a pen and a journal, a piece of paper. You're going to, if you would love to take some notes, we will be doing a writing exercise a little later on. All right. Perfect. Beautiful. So how many of you, by a show of hands or put it in the chat, how many of you have a goal that you'd like to achieve? Some area of life that you would love to improve? I would imagine every single one of you has some type of goal. That's why you're here. And my intention today is to share with you some powerful tools to improve your results in your life. And by the time that you leave here, I would love to have you empowered with 3 tools to help you achieve your goals, greater clarity on your goals and dreams, and feeling even more confident in your ability to achieve those goals and dreams. So are you up for that? Awesome. I'm so grateful. All right. Let me ask you this question. How many of you ever achieved a goal or a dream in your life that when you first set that goal, you didn't know how you were going to achieve it? I bet every single one of you. Yes. See, this proves a point. This goes to show that we're far more capable than we know. You weren't sure how you were going to do something, and yet you did it. This proves that you are far more capable than you realize. What I've learned during many opportunities I've had to speak to different groups and organizations is that just like a blade of grass presses through cement and seeks the light, the same thing is often true of our goals and our dreams. They're often born out of the challenges that we're facing or the fear that we experience. Fear, pain, challenge. This is where our dreams are born. How many of you had a challenge that you're currently facing? Some area of your life where it's causing you pain, perhaps in your career, perhaps in a relationship, perhaps with your health, financial situation, whatever that may be, maybe the amount of free time that you have. You see, we live in a universe that speaks to us through 2 growth signals, our longing and our discontent. We experience the feeling of longing when we're desiring something we haven't yet created. And we feel the feeling of discontent when current circumstances are something that we don't prefer. Both of these, longing and discontent, are catalysts for growth. Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith has a great quote where he says, to change our life, we're often pushed by pain until we're pulled by a vision. These 2 energies, the pain of our problem and the burning desire, are what sparks our growth. Let me share with you a time in my life when pain pushed me to make a change. You see, my entire professional career, my only desire was to serve people. And I bounced around companies quite a bit because I was trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. I was trying to fit my career into my dream instead of my dream into my career. And a few years ago, my friend asked me to partner with her in a staffing agency. And I was so excited because I finally found a career that helps people. I mean, we put people to work. And so I once again gave every effort to convince myself that this job was truly serving people. And I ended up partnering with my friend, and I bought a percentage of the business with plans to buy her out in 3 years so that she could retire. Finally, my work will serve my dream, I thought. But I quickly learned that I couldn't help people who are not receptive to it. I mean, I had held interviews where, set candidates to interviews, they wouldn't show up or they'd misrepresent their skill set. I mean, you name it, I saw it. And at this time, my life became a very dark place. I mean, I had invested our life savings in this business and I was completely miserable. My health was suffering. I was depressed. No matter what I did, I could not fill the void of serving my dream. I was stuck. I honestly didn't know what to do. In many industries, there's this thing called workman's comp. I'm sure many of you understand what workman's comp is. It's really a miserable process when you've worked so hard to put someone out to work and now they're suing you for a workman's comp claim. I had a deposition that I went to where I had worked very hard to put this woman in a position, found a position where that she could make very good money. During the deposition, she sat across the table from me and she told lie after lie about me, about my company, about her alleged injury. I mean, I was devastated. Imagine how you would have felt. What would you have done? When I got back to my office, I made the decision for my life that I was going to make a change. I decided that I was going to go do whatever it took to truly go after what I've been dreaming of all my life. And as soon as I thought that thought, fear rose up and gripped me in the stomach. I mean, I knew I had to unravel the partnership. I had no idea how this was going to work out. I didn't know if I was going to get my money back. I didn't know if I was going to be the laughing stock of the community. But I also knew that great things never happen when it's convenient or comfortable. Great things happen on the other side of comfort. How many of you can relate to that? So I made the decision to let the part of me that wanted my dream win over the part of me that was afraid. I quit the job, I unraveled the partnership, and I started the dream building program. And I realized that there is a beautiful, reliable, repeatable system for how to turn your dream into your reality. You see, Dream Builder is based on over 40 years of studying the most successful people and applying these principles to turn the desires of your heart into the landscape of your reality. I personally apply this proven system to my life. I'm now living my dream life. I have rich, meaningful, deep relationships. I get to help my clients dream, design, and live into their dream life. I would not be here today if it wasn't for the Dream Building program. So what's your next big dream? Imagine how you would feel when your dream becomes reality. And that's what I'm going to share with you here today. I'm going to share with you some principles that will help you transform your longing and discontent into new results. And today we're going to talk about, there are 10 principles in the Dream Building program that I share. But today, in the time that we have, I'm going to share with you 3 of these tools that you can apply right now to help you create the life that you absolutely love. So if you're in for the possibility of creating something even more amazing in your life, touch your heart, say, I'm in. Awesome. So here's my promise to you. My promise is that I'm going to give you everything I can in the time that we have together. And at the end of this presentation, many of you will want to take this information further and integrate it into your life. So I promise I'm going to give you everything I can. And for those of you who want to take this a little further, I have a gift for you that I'll give to you at the end of this presentation. All right. So let's get started. Today, I'm sharing with you 3 tools that will master your results, bring your dream into your reality. And you know that each one of us we are creating results in our lives every single day, every day, in every area of our lives. You see, many people go through life, lives doing what they normally do, right? Rolling with the punches, going with the flow, taking it as it comes. And this is what we call living a life by default. Their lives are directed by the comfortable things they typically do without much conscious planning. In fact, most people spend more time organizing a weekend vacation than they invest in planning a life they'd love living. On the other hand, highly successful people create a life by design. That means they set a clear intention for what they would love, and they consciously create what they want in their life. So there are 4 domains in which we create results in our lives, and they're health and well-being, love and relationships, vocation or vocare, how you share your gifts to the world, and time and money freedom. And you are having results in each area of each of these areas right now. Some results you may love and other results not so much. But here's the good news. No matter what the results are, no matter how big of a challenge it might feel to you, no matter how long an old result has been in place, you absolutely have the power to create the exact results you would love to have in your life. So to prove this, I'd love to play a game with you. So in your room right now, I would love for you to, I invite you to look around and see everything in your room in the color blue. Give you 10 seconds, look around and count the number of things blue in your room. Go ahead and start now. The number of things that are blue. How many things do you have blue in your room? All right, now stop. Now close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, I want you to bring to mind all the things in the room that were red. Right. Did you see more blue things than red things? Yes, absolutely. Go ahead and open your eyes. Now look at all the red things in the room. Now you can see them. So why does this happen? It's because there's an area of our brain called the reticular activating system. And it's part of the brain whose job is to mediate our overall level of consciousness or awareness. In other words, the reticular activating system's job is to bring into our awareness what it is that we're looking for, filter out of our awareness what we're not looking for. So seek and ye shall find. Yes. See, most of us were taught to focus on thoughts on what's reasonable, what's safe, why we can't, what's missing, what problems we might face, why it won't work. If we want to change our results and see things that do work, we start by changing our focus. Start by increasing our awareness. And this increased awareness is an important part of learning patterns for success. And you now have a greater awareness of that pattern that you had before. So I'm going to introduce you to the first tool here shortly, but before we go there, I have a couple of important concepts to share with you. And these ideas are going to support you in expanding your awareness of success and the areas of life that matter to you. So as I talked about earlier, there are 4 domains in our life that we're experiencing results: health and well-being, love and relationships, vocation, or vocare, how we show up in the world, how we share our gifts with the world, and time and money freedom. And every one of us is having results in these areas of our life. The results you're getting in these areas of life are a perfect reflection of your awareness in these areas. So let's expand our awareness. Let's study the pattern that creates the results. This is what I call the results formula. So the formula looks like this. Our thoughts create our feelings. You know this. How do you feel when you've lost your wallet? Your heart races a little with fear, right? How do you feel when you realize it's in your coat pocket? You relax with relief. Yes. When you think joyful thoughts, you feel happy. When you think scary thoughts, your heart beats faster. Your thoughts affect your physiology. And then by universal law, our feelings are expressed with our actions. So when we feel confident, when we feel energized, we take different actions than we would if we feel down, frustrated, or sad. And we know that our actions contribute to our results. It's simply the law of cause and effect. So follow me here. Your thoughts cause your feelings cause your actions, and your actions cause your results. But most people don't get this. Most people, they look at their results, they look at their circumstances, they look at their situations, they look at their conditions, and they call those their causes. Actually, they really call them their B causes, right? I can't start a new business because I'm too old, or because I'll lose all my benefits. I can't take time off because I don't have the money, or because my boss won't let me, or I don't have the vacation time. I can't find the love of my life because I'm not young enough, fit enough, attractive enough. I can't, whatever, because. Oops, sorry. There we go. But in reality, oops, excuse me, one second. I clicked on something I shouldn't have. There we go. Your results are caused by what you've been thinking. The true cause of our results is our thoughts. And so the truth is, you don't get to not think. You're always thinking. You can choose your thoughts, or you can let that old habitual thought you've been thinking, the old patterns run your life. It's up to you. So if you want to know what you've been thinking, look at your results, because results never lie. So just notice with me for a moment here. If we want to create new results in our life, we pay attention to our thoughts, and that's what we call notice what you're notice what you're noticing. Notice what you're noticing. Notice where your feet are in your shoes, touching the ground. Notice that you can feel the socks on your feet, or the lack of socks, or the lack of shoes. Notice that you can notice that. Notice that you can feel your body sitting in your seat. Notice that you can feel the air on your skin. Now notice that you have the ability to notice these things. This is how you notice what you're noticing. You can do the same thing with your thoughts. You can notice what you're thinking. You can notice how your thinking affects your feeling. So let's apply these concepts to the results formula and notice what you're noticing in your life. So grab a pen and a paper, a journal if you have one. We're going to do a life assessment. So I'm going to present some ideas for you here and give you an opportunity to consider your current results. I'm going to invite you to notice how you're feeling about each area in your life. And as I make these statements, just make note of what feels true to you. So you might be a person who doesn't know what your dream is. You just know there's something more. You might be a person who has lots of dreams. You don't know whether to choose one or to create them all at once. You might be a person who's achieved lots of success and you're not feeling all the fulfillment you want to feel, not quite making the difference that you want to make. Every one of us has a dream inside of us somewhere, even if we're still endeavoring to find it or achieve it. And the exercise that we're about to do is designed to help put you in touch with that part of you that has a dream. So what we're going to do now is we're going to consider the results we're currently experiencing in each of the 4 domains of our lives. And I'm going to offer some prompts for you to consider to inspire your thinking about your results. Notice what you're noticing here. So go ahead and turn to a fresh new page, and at the top of the page, write, let's start with health and well-being. So write health and well-being at the top of your page. So you might be a person who feels stuck in your ability to transform your health. You might be a person who has relatively good health, no symptoms, but you know there's more vibrancy and aliveness you could feel. So on a scale of 1 to 5, how fulfilled are you with your current health results? 1 being not fulfilled at all, 5 being completely fulfilled. Go ahead and make a note of that number in your journal. Now, using a new piece of paper, write love and relationships at the top, and let's consider the results in that domain, love and relationships. You might be a person who longs to have a beautiful, deep, fun, and passionate relationship with a loving and caring partner. You might be a person who would love to deepen, expand, have more fun with a relationship that you're already in. On a scale of 1 to 5, how fulfilled are you with your current relationship? 1 being not fulfilled at all, 5 being completely fulfilled. Go ahead and make a note of that number in your journal. Now, another fresh piece of paper. Let's consider the results in your vocation domain, which is your creative expression, your career, or how you share your gifts in this world. So you might be a person who feels stuck in a job you don't like. You might be a person who likes your work, but you work too many hours and you want more freedom. On a scale of 1 to 5, how fulfilled are you with your current vocational results? 1 being not fulfilled at all, 5 being completely fulfilled. Go ahead and make a note of that in your journal. And the last is time and money freedom. Our 4th domain, time and money freedom. So use a clean piece of paper here. Let's consider our results in this domain. You might be a person who doesn't have the money freedom to do the things you really want to do or give and contribute to the causes and organizations that matter to you most. You might be a person who's missing important moments and not going where you want to go, traveling or having the fun and the play in your life that you would love. You might be a person who feels out of balance, like they have more money than time or more time than money, and you would love to feel more in harmony. So on a scale of 1 to 5, how fulfilled are you with your current time and money freedom results? 1 being not fulfilled at all, 5 being completely fulfilled. Go ahead and make a note of that number. Now let's take a moment. Let's reflect on your life assessment here. So we considered each of the domains of your life and you looked at your current results and you gave yourself a rating on a scale of 1 to 5 for each area. Pay attention to your thoughts and those results. It's not a place for judgment or blame. Your responses are not good or bad, right or wrong. They just are what they are at this point in your life. And you're likely feeling a pull for more of or less of something, which is the signal that part of you is ready to do something different to get different results. We spoke about this earlier today. This is called noticing your longing and discontent. Your longing and your discontent. You're paying attention to and you're noticing what you would love more of or less of in your life. So look at the rating you gave yourself at each of the domains that we talked about today and circle the areas with the lowest rating. Now, let me ask you this. How long have you felt this discontent? How long has this area of your life been sending you signals? Go ahead and write down your response. Now, let me ask you this, or ask yourself this really. What's it costing me? What is maintaining this result costing me? What is it costing me to have this ongoing discontent in your life? You see, a cost in one area of your life could lead to cost in other areas of your life. But whatever your results have been up until now, you have the power within you from this moment forward to create the results that you would love. And it all starts here with your thoughts. Every one of us has a dream inside of us somewhere. And so this brings us to the tool number 1 for dream building is designing your dream. You see, when you would love different results in your life, you plan for them. Just like you have a clear blueprint when you want to build a house, the same is true when you build a dream. Without a clearly defined blueprint, you cannot build your dream. Howard Thurman, Dr. Martin Luther King's mentor, said, oops, I did it again. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and then go do that, because the world needs people who have come alive. So I would love for you to come alive with your dream. So grab your piece of paper and write this down. Clarity is power. When you become clear in what it is you really want in life, you begin to see opportunities and resources that you would have otherwise entirely missed. Things seem to appear out of the blue. So let's design the blueprint for your dream. Let's make this crystal clear. And for the purposes of time available today, I invite you just to choose one area of your life that you would most love to improve. During our assessment earlier, which area of your life has the greatest cost? Turn up the focus on that area for this exercise. So now grab your pen and paper, get it ready. In a moment, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to write out what you would love most in this area of your life. We're going to step into an imaginary time machine and go forward 3 years. What would you love your life to be like in 3 years from now? Suspend any urge to figure out how the result is going to happen. If someone gave you a magic wand, what would you love to have in your life? So if you're willing, close your eyes, take a deep breath. Imagine that you got into a time machine and you're traveling 3 years into the future. 3 years from now, everything worked out. You have all the time and money, other resources required. What would you love? What's happening in this area of your life? If you knew you could not fail, what would you be doing? Who are you with? How does it feel? Let your imagination run deep here. Dream big. All right, now gently open your eyes. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. So at the top of your page, write, I'm so happy and grateful now that. And take 2 minutes and be as clear as possible as you can when you write out your dream. Go ahead. About 20 seconds left. Beautiful, beautiful. Pens down. Now, at the, let me turn my video back on here so you can see me. There we go. So at the bottom of your dream, I would love for you to write this or something even greater still. This or something even greater still. Oops, there we go. This signifies that this is just what you are, what you've written today is what you're aware of today. So there may be more for you. And so we don't want to hold on to our dreams so tightly that we miss a blessing. This or something greater, even greater still, it's just a powerful signal that what you've expressed here is what your awareness is at this moment. It's like holding your hands and being open and willing to receive something even more powerful and beneficial into your life. So congratulations, you've just created your life by design. This is the first tool to mastering your results and bringing your dream life into reality. Knowing what it is that you would love and describing it is the first step to bring those results to life. And let me tell you why this first step is so important. Everything is created twice. First, it's a thought, then in form. If you think about it, look around the room that you're in, the clothing you're wearing, the chair that you're sitting in, the table that you're writing on, the windows, the walls, the very building was first someone's thought before it ever became a tangible thing. Someone had to think it up before it could be built up. And that's what you're doing here today with your dream, with your life. You're thinking up the design. You're designing your vision. You're designing your dreams. You're designing your life. And so this brings us to tool number 2 for bringing your dream into reality. And that is deciding for your dream. Deciding for your dream. You know, just like we experience results, I got to turn that music off. Sorry. There we go. Just like we I keep pushing the wrong button. Sorry about that. Just like we experience results, you know, throughout our day, we also make decisions every moment of our day. And so that decision might be what time to wake up in the morning. Later, we might decide what to cook for dinner or to get takeout. From simple decisions to more rigorous ones, we make multiple choices every day. And whatever we decide influences our results. Even the smallest choices can have a great impact. And this is why it's important, excuse me, that we know how to make empowered decisions. Decisions we make will determine our results. So to master our results, we want to master our ability to make decisions. Best-selling author and renowned life coach, God rest his soul, Bob Proctor, he was a personal mentor of mine. He said there is a single mental move you can make, which in a millisecond will solve enormous problems for you. It has the potential to improve almost any personal or business situation you will ever encounter, and it could literally propel you down the path to incredible success. We have a name for this magic mental activity. It's called decision. In fact, it's been proven that highly successful people are willing to decide for what they would love, even in the absence of knowing how to bring it about. Some people want to know every step of the way before deciding. They want green lights down the whole street before they back out of the driveway. But the key is that you make a firm decision for what you want before you will bring your dream into reality. And let me show you what I mean. Go ahead and read this slide if you would. So isn't that incredible? Looking at this paragraph, it would seem that it's completely unintelligible. But when the first letter and the last letter are in the right place, the middle can be jumbled up and your mind can still make sense of it and read it. And I share this with you because it's so applicable to your vision for your life. After your life assessment, you now recognize your current results, where you are right now, right? Yeah, and then journaling what you would love in each domain of your life, you now recognize where your dreams, where you want to go, right? Great. So what happens in the middle between the results you have now and the results you want? Any idea how you're going to have that bring that dream about? Exactly. That's the jumbled up middle letters of the words. That's the how. And we want to suspend the how. That is, we're going to refuse to let the unknown stop us from making a decision to move forward toward our dreams. Your mind has a way of making sense of it all. All it takes is being willing to make a decision. So we've taken a look at the first tool and the second tools to bringing your dream life into reality. So designing your dream, deciding for your dream, and that brings us to tool number 3, which is befriending your fear. Befriending your fear. What does that even mean, right? It means making friends with fear. It means you can have fear, but you don't have to let fear have you. The author of the book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, he said the value of your decisions depends upon the courage you have to make them. So when we decide for a dream, like you all have done here today, there's a part of you that says, yes, I'm doing this. And there's another part of us that rises up and says, yeah, right, that's not going to happen. Or, well, how are you going to do that? Or you don't have the time, the money, the resources to do that. Have any of you heard of that paradigm before? That part of you that wants to hold you back? These are simply old patterns, paradigms that are trying to pull us back to our comfort zone. The paradigm will do it in 3 different ways. It will do it in, we call it the 3 Ds. The first one is delay, or also known as distraction. Oops, delay or distraction. I got home from work late and I put off my run. The second is dissuasion. It's all right. I deserve a break. Besides, I'm not seeing results anyway, so it's probably not worth the effort. And the third is DEFCON 1. This is when a true sense of fear and anxiety set in, often with physical symptoms. And this can lead to giving up on the dream altogether. And we don't want that to happen, do we? So it's not a matter of if the 3 Ds are coming, but when they will show up. And I just want you to be aware of the paradigms so that you'll recognize them when they show up, and when they do, you will notice them for what they are. Because the truth of the matter is that when a paradigm shows up, it's actually good news. It means that you're growing and you're shifting your results in your life. So there's really no reason to fear the paradigms. So notice that part of you that when you think of your dream, it's like, heck yeah. Pay attention to that for a minute. And then as you do, you might notice that other nagging part of you that says, yeah, right. That, who do you think you are? You don't have what it takes. Or that voice that says, what if I fail? This is just the voice of fear, folks. It's a part of you that wants things to stay status quo. That's your paradigm again. And often fear will disguise itself as practicality. Fear is not going to say, I'm here to kill your dreams. No, it's too smart for that. It will say, I'm here to keep you safe. I'm here to make sure you never have to have that level of embarrassment again. I'm here to make sure your kids are taken care of. I'm here to make sure that you never experience pain. It's a voice that says, now is not a good time. Wait until later. You don't have the money for that. That's irresponsible. Any of you hear from that voice even today? Yeah. Any of you ever had failure in your life? Guess what? We all have, and I can prove it. When we were babies, we all started out as non-walkers. And as a non-walker, you saw people around you walking on their hind legs instead of all fours, and you wanted that level of freedom yourself. You wanted to be upright, not floor bound. So you rose up, you locked your eye on that toy or cookie, and you took a step. And what happened? You fell down. Yes. But what did you do next? You rose up again, you tried to take another step, and you fell down. When we were learning to walk, did you ever think to yourself, well, that's it. I guess I'm just not meant to be a walker. No, of course not. You rose up, you kept going, and with each try, you took a few more steps and a few more steps until finally you became a walker. But something happens when we become adults. We stop giving ourselves permission to fall down. I mean, if we fall down in business, we say, well, I guess I'm not meant to be a business owner. Or if we fall down in love, we say, I guess it's just not in the cards for me. We learn to walk by falling down. The truth is, it is falling down and getting back up again that actually are the keys to achieving your dreams. We befriend our fear. We give ourselves the permission to fail enough to succeed. Great dream builders are willing to fail and rise again. You know about these people and their stories and how they learn to walk by falling down. You've heard of this woman, Oprah Winfrey. She was fired by TV execs, told that she was not fit for TV, but she rose up and kept going and went on to create her own studio. This guy, Bruce Springsteen, known as The Boss, was fired from his first band, told by his manager that he couldn't sing, but he rose up and kept going. And he sold more than 135 million records worldwide. Jack Canfield and Mark Victor Hansen, they put together a series of 101 short stories into a single book. And their proposal was rejected by publishers 144 times. Now there are 250 different versions of the Chicken Soup for the Soul books sold around the world in 40 different languages. Steven Spielberg, was rejected from USC Film School 3 times. but he rose up and kept going. We can probably name all of his blockbuster movies. And his net worth is estimated to be more than $3 billion. The founder of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, was told that there was no market for his kind of coffee. His loan application was rejected 242 times. And we know what Starbucks has done. There's nearly 30,000 Starbucks around the world, and the company has a net worth of more than $22 billion. And finally, my favorite, Walt Disney. He was fired from his job at a newspaper for lacking imagination. Imagine that. And we all know the Disney empire. It's worth now, the net worth is over $130 billion. So people with great success stories have also experienced great failure. In fact, fear and failure are prerequisites for achieving great dreams. So when that voice of doubt inside of you asks, what if I fail? Let your response be, bring it on. I might fail. If I do, I will rise up and I will keep going and I will succeed. So how do we give power to the part of us that wants to move forward when we're hearing that voice that wants us to play small? And there's a whole process that I take my clients through in the Dream Builder program, but for our purposes today, I'm going to give you one thing that you can do. Where your attention goes, energy flows. So when you notice your paradigm showing up, whatever form that looks like fear, for example, and you start thinking small, here's what you do. Interrupt that thought and say, not today, and reconnect with your vision. Refocus your mind on your dream, all those ideas that dissolve your discontent, answer your longings. Focus on what you would love, the dream that brings you alive and has good in it for others. Put the fear out of your mind and instead bring to mind your dream. And then, and this is the key, take an action step. Take an action step. Just thinking about your vision, your dream, and even writing it down is not going to make it happen. Poof, just like magic. You have to do your part, even if it means doing it afraid. So take a moment and look at what you've written down as your dream and ask yourself, what is one thing I could do? What is one action I can take in 5 minutes that would move me in the direction of my dream? There are probably a lot of things that you could do. If you're looking, for the love of your life, your action step might be to join a club, to meet someone with mutual interests, go onto Meetup. If you're wanting to start a business, the one thing you might want to do is Google search how to write a business plan. You get the idea. So I'm going to give you just 30 seconds to think into that for your dream. What is one action step you can take? And I would advise you to think, what can I do with what I have, with where I am? Go ahead and take 30 seconds now and do that. Don't let yourself off the hook here. There's absolutely something that you can do. All right, beautiful. So I'm sure if you have one thing that you can do, take action. You're concretizing this vision, this dream. When you take action, you're telling your subconscious mind that you're serious about this new result. Awesome. And now you have a better understanding of what it means to befriend your fear, right? Awesome. Beautiful. Okay. So as I promised, I promised at the beginning of our time together, I have a gift for those of you. And then I'm going to close with a quick story, quick story to end this training. But first, let's recap what we've covered here. So you've learned through the color exercise that there is an invisible pattern to success. And when you expand your awareness of that pattern, your results naturally increase. You learn that if you in order to change your results, you have to change your thinking. And you learn to generate new ideas by asking the question, what would I love? You learn the 3 keys or the 3 tools for bringing your dream into reality, 3 of the 10 excuse me, 10 principles in the Dream Builder program that I'm certified to teach in. The first is designing your dream. You have a blueprint of what you want. And the clearer your blueprint is, the more power you have. The second tool is deciding for your dream and the power of making decisions. You decide for the thing that you want in the absence of knowing how. And the third is to befriend your fear, knowing that fear and failure are prerequisites for your greatness. Befriend your fear, shift your paradigms, achieve your dreams. And above all else, remember, you are worthy of your dream and the life that you love living. This dream is also seeking you. It's calling you into your next level, your next evolution of who you are becoming. Excuse me. So let me ask you this. Have you connected with these ideas? Know that if you really implemented them, that they would make a difference in your life. Beautiful. I'm gonna close with a quick story of a client that I've had, but prior to that, I want to give you this free gift. So anyone else suffering from allergies, yes. Excuse me. So as I promised at the beginning of this presentation, I have a special gift for those of you who are ready to take action on your dream. So between my speaking and my coaching schedule, I carve out time each week for strategy sessions. A strategy session is an hour-long Zoom conversation where we get clear on exactly where you are, what you would love to create, and the next most important step you can take that will move you in the direction of your dream. Now, this one-to-one session is valued at $250. And some of you know that you're ready to invest in achieving your dream. So for you, here's your next step. Some one-to-one time together with me over Zoom, where we can invest in you, your dream, and discover the path for how you can get there. Now, this is not a free coaching session, and there's no obligation to buy. This is for you to get some professional eyes on your vision so we can make it as clear as possible and discover the steps that you can take to get there. And I'm offering you a strategy session completely complimentary, no charge. It's my gift to you. So here's what you get to do. On the screen is a QR code. Just hold your camera phone on your phone up to that, and you can scan it, and it will send you directly to my calendar link. All right, beautiful. So go ahead and do that. I know that there's a few of you on record here. And so when you get this, make sure that you do that right away, because these times do fill up quickly. So I want to make sure that you have that opportunity. All right, let me tell you a little story about a client of mine. Her name is Jenny. Jenny came to me. Jenny, when her and I first got on a Zoom call, Jenny would not even turn the light on in the room that she was in. She felt that her life, she didn't even want to shine the light on herself, much less on the issues that she was facing. She said she was at a turning point in her life. She had recently gone through her third divorce, and she really felt that she could not live into her dream of owning a home. She didn't think that she could do it on her own. She had 3 little girls. She was running a business, and it was growing, but she didn't know even how to grow that business so that it could be profitable. After working together with me in the Dream Builder program, by the end of the 12-week course, Jenny purchased her own home. She was in escrow and she was in escrow at the end of the 12-week program, and she's now living in her very own home. She's absolutely sparkled and is so, so grateful for the time that she spent in the program. Here's what this program is. It is a structure of support. This on the picture here is a picture of a water spigot. If you notice, when you open the water spigot and the water just kind of goes everywhere, there's no structure of support here. So there's no energy created. It's just the end of the water there. But if you have a structure of support, you can hydroelectricity, you can actually illuminate an entire city. So a structure of support is very important when you want to build your dream life. And that's exactly what Jenny had to build her dream life. I have story after story after story of clients who had a dream, but didn't have the structure of support to get there. This is another structure of support. This is the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, not too far from where I live. you notice that it takes you from one side of San Francisco to the other. You can swim across and get there, but look at the water and how turbulent it is and how difficult it will be and how long it might take, and you may not get there. But with the structure of support, you can easily cross that bridge and get to the other side, shorten the curve, the learning curve, have more energy to make sure that this dream becomes a reality. So I encourage you to, let's talk, let's have a conversation. Let's look at your dream and the gap that you have right now between where you are and where you love to be. And I can, with my professional experience, I can share with you help you navigate that gap and shorten the learning curve for you. Bring your dream into reality. So thank you so much for watching this today. Thank you for being here. Bruce, thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you in the very near future, and make sure that you get that scheduled as soon as possible so that we can get that on the calendar. All right, lots of love. Have a beautiful day. Take care.
Terrific. I loved it.
Thank you, Bruce. Much love. We'll see you next week.
Okay, be well.
Take care. Bye-bye.